Hey guys, real quick, I want to do this video. This is another Chris Hawkes video that I came across, and I guess before I get into this, I should preface this and say, like, I'm not trying to rag or pick on this guy or anything, but he does tend to post some good videos for discussion, I will say. And you know, when I see stuff that I agree with, disagree with, whatever, I feel like I want to comment on. I just want to do that. So I wanted to comment on this video. The title of the video was "Most Super Rich Tech People Had wealthy parents." And the gist of it, if you sort of look through this, is he goes through sort of all of these different developers. And we can click around here, like Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and Larry Page and all Steve Jobs, all these different people, and basically shows how they all had either already rich parents or parents that were sort of deep into tech or successful or something along those lines. And when I was watching this, I was just kind of thinking to myself, okay, like, so what? I don't know. I never get the point of this kind of stuff. Now, he makes what felt like an awkward point at the end of it about, and I'm paraphrasing this, but it was essentially, you know, this doesn't mean that you can't be super successful, but most of these people that we look up to and use to try to inspire us had a lot of help. And I'm just like, okay, great. So what? What? I mean, I just don't understand the point. Like, what's somebody supposed to do with that? Just say F it? Like, oh, well, my parents weren't super wealthy, so I guess I'm screwed. I just don't get these kind of things. And the thing about it is, it's not just him. You see this stuff a lot these days. People sort of sitting around and complaining about what others have or how they grew up or whatever. At one point in the video, he even says that he's kind of happy to see GoPro tanking because their founder had wealthy parents. Like, what the WTF? I don't know. For me, I guess I personally will never go down that road. Like, I grew up extremely poor, and I had that mentality for a lot of years, and I realize that it's that mentality that kept me there for as long as I was. So maybe I'm just really averse to this sort of thing because of my experience, but I'll never go down that road. I will never accept that because I didn't have wealthy parents that I'm resigned to live a poor, mediocre life. To me, that is really just kind of giving up, and I'm not going to do that. And the reality is, it's not really all that true. I was sort of looking at this, and I remember I had heard this on a video somewhere, and I wanted to look it up, and it is true. There's this Cornell study that talks about it, and it studied the different income brackets in the U.S. and how people move in and out of them. And the major thing that it found is, this is quoted from the article that I read on it, says, turns out that 12% of the population will find themselves in the top 1% of the income distribution for at least 1 year. What's more, 39% of Americans will spend a year in the top 5% of the income distribution. 56% will find themselves in the top 10%, and a whopping 73% will spend a year in the top 20% of the income distribution. So what that shows you is that there's a lot of people that make up the 1% or the 5% or whatever at any given time. It's not this static group of people that's just always sort of there, like people try to tell you. And people constantly move in and out of these distributions. One of the other things they found in the study is that while a lot of people will spend at least a year, there's very few people that spend up to as many as 10 years in there. So again, there's not just this group of super rich people that are the static 1% or 5%. It's people moving in and out of it. So the reality is that there's a ton of income mobility out there, despite what people try to make you think. It's just sort of up to you to make it happen. Now, of course, these days, that advice will fall mostly on deaf ears because seems like people like to sit around and cry about their situation rather than actually get up and do something about it. And it's a pretty rare select group that ever does actually do anything about it. And even more rare are those people that are willing to grind day in and day out for it. But I'm just sort of ranting at this point. So I just wanted to address what he was saying in this video, because I just feel like it doesn't lead anybody anywhere positive or take anybody anywhere that they can do anything with it. Anyway, if you are the grinding type, you're the person kind of person that actually wants to get up and do something about this, then that's what I'm for. I have a whole curriculum of courses waiting to help you in this whole developer game that we play. HTML, PHP, object-oriented programming, freelancing, all the things that you need to make a damn good living as a developer. But you have to grind through learning it. You have to put in the work. So it's not really for the do-nothing types that are out there. Anyway, the link to get started with that for nothing is johnmorrisonline.com/Skillshare. And then once you're inside, actually put in the work, go through the courses, learn it, and grind through this. Anyway, again, that link is johnmorrisonline.com/Skillshare. All right, that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time.